The 2024 race is fast becoming the battle of the billionaires. So as I already showed you, on the right you've got Elon Musk, you've got Cantor Fitzgerald, Howard Lutnick, Cantor Fitzgerald CEO is the transitional co-chair if Musk if Trump was concede, and the late casino magnate Sheldon Adelson's widow. She's donated $100 odd million. Now on the left you've got Mark Cuban, you've got the LinkedIn founder Rod Hoffman, and $19 million from the former New York City mayor, and of course of the eponymous agency, Mike Bloomberg. But those donations from the biggies don't tell the full story of the allegiances amongst business leaders. A new study suggests CEOs have actually shifted from moderately conservative to the centre. And the reason is why? Well, Reilly is the author of the study. He's an academic and fellow and lecturer at Columbia Law. He's with me now. Why have they moved? Is it because they're just rushing to thicker ice and safety?
It's a great question, Richard. Thanks for having me on. So the causes of the apparent leftward shift among many corporate elites seem to be multifaceted. To some extent, we're witnessing a growing diploma divide where, especially among whites, educated individuals have shifted to the left. So what we're seeing in corporate America may be in part a reflection of that sort of broader change in American politics.
But does this explain where they feel most comfortable?
It's a good question. So, what does comfortable mean? I suppose you're talking about sorts of cultural norms, those sorts of changes?
Yeah, I mean, we'll be talking later in the program about the average length and tenure of a CEO. A lot of CEOs are scared of their own shadow, let alone boards of directors and shareholders. And I'm wondering at an election time like that, do they know where to sit?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. I can tell you that the sort of starkest sort of leftward shift, I think, has been among the senior managers, people like vice presidents, those sorts of folks, sort of not senior executives, but, sort of more mid-level executives. And those people are actually not just leaning towards the center, but leaning towards the left, whereas CEOs are a little bit more like center right. So it could be that CEOs are kind of responding to what's going on among sort of other people that they're working with.
A lot of the CEOs we try to interview on this program run a million miles when you actually try and pin them down on difficult political issues. But as we've also talked to people like Richard Edelman on this program, who says, no, eventually you have, as your CEO, you do have to take a position. You have to take a position on the difficult issues of the day.
Right.
Now, related to that, do you think that there is now a nomenclature difference between when we talk about conservatives in the old traditional and we talk about conservatives today?
Sure. I mean, what it means to be a conservative has, I think, with Trump changed. The sort of Edmund Burke style conservatives that you used to see in previous eras are perhaps fewer in number than the sort of modern style of conservative you see with Trump, which is more populist. I mean, you see that in the sorts of shifting political allegiances from what you used to see, for sure. Yeah.
What do you think the biggest risk is now for CEOs in this environment? Looking at your study and your research about how they've shifted, what do you see as their biggest risk?
Well, you have demands from various different stakeholders, competing demands, basically cross pressure. Sometimes you have one set of customers that are more conservative demanding one thing. You have another set that are more liberal demanding another. And that's true of the sort of employees and managers as well. So trying to navigate that environment can, I think, be very challenging.
I'm grateful for you, sir. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, Richard.